Welcome back to the floor of the CME Group here in Chicago. I'm Killer. Friday, August 26th, folks. Let's get into the zone right now, the CMZ zone. So obviously we got Hurricane Irene. A lot of concerns over on the East Coast and well wishes and prayers being sent your way. But let's talk about Jackson Hole, the Grand Tetons. Ben Bernanke under-delivered according to some, but we've seen more volatility this morning in this market. At S&P, I was tweeting out this morning, you can get me at the Killer on my handle, but we talked about that 1127 to 1135 band. Been a great support. In the event there was an 1126, you had to jump ship, but it provided an opportunity to buy. Went back above. I'm talking about the pivot up there at 1152. Pivoted above, made a new high. Those HFTs that we talk about came in and just crushed it all the way up to 71. It was a great opportunity to fade with those bullying HFTs. But I think all eyes are going to go back onto the paramount issue on hand. It's the Eurozone concern. You know, I continue to look at this Eurozone and we don't have the confidence we need over there. We continue to see the erosion of confidence. I'm actually about to hop on CNBC halftime report here with Pete and the folks and talk about this because that's going to come back front and center, folks. Until those fears are quelled, we're going to see the volatility. But look to the leadership of the bond market. It's provided leadership for quite some time, and it's hunkered down here. This 10-year note kind of slapping around that 220, 225% continues to let us know that not all shoes have dropped. But let's drill down a little bit on this data here, and I'm going to bring in the Wolfman. Hope you can follow him at Wolfman's blog on his Twitter account. But he's going to drill down and talk about this data, which is very pertinent in today's markets. Have a great weekend.
Hey, this is Eric Wilkinson, Wolfman. I completely agree with the Killer. He's right. Bernanke threw the ball back into Obama and Congress's court, trying to get them to take over on this jobless recovery. Now, what I want to talk about is the University of Michigan consumer confidence today. Those things are all starting to point towards stagflation. Everybody wants to talk about a second dip in the recession. No, it's looking like a stagflation. You got 3.5% inflation 1 year outlook from the University of Michigan. You got 1% GDP showing up today in the GDP report. Everything is starting to point that way. Nobody wants to buy, everybody wants to hoard their money. That is the first indication that the stagflation trail is coming on. Now, if you look over here at the steel markets and stuff like that, everybody's talking about gold. Gold should probably be retraced back to 1900, which I said on my blog a couple days ago was going to trade down to about 1725, replace some of that volume that was missed on the upward swing. We are starting to see that. Maybe next week we're going to see the 19 handle. Those guys in the pit have never written the 19 handle on their cards. They've got to do it. It's going to retrace. So if you want to look at inflationary aspects and stuff like that, stay tuned. These guys are on it.
Raise their hand. How about we all? President Obama, are you listening?
How about we all stop paying our mortgage? It's a moral hazard.
This is like mob rule here. I'm getting scared. I'm glad I'm
I saw a werewolf with a Chinese menu in his hand, walking through the Place de Victoire in the rain. Now he was looking for the place called Lee Ho Folks.